What's up everybody, my name is Danon and welcome to Ahnestly. Today we're checking out my favorite pair of wireless earbuds, the Sennheiser Momentum True Wireless. Let's get honest. Now, I'm not an audiophile by any means, but I think I've had a good amount of exposure and I know what good audio sounds like. So just to give you reference, I own a pair of custom in-ear monitors and I have the Sennheiser HD6XXs that are paired with the Bottlehead Crack with the Speedball upgrade, which is a DIY tube amp and it's supposed to pair really nicely with those headphones. By the way, if you want to know more about that, please leave a comment below and I'll do a video on that as well. But I give you all this information to say, when I tell you that I believe the Sennheisers have the best wireless in-ear monitor sound quality of all the competitors out there, that's the perspective that I'm coming from. Now, I could totally be wrong, which is why we're going to be doing a blind wireless earbuds test, similar to what we did with the Sony versus Bose, which you can find here. And so make sure you guys subscribe because you should be seeing that video in the next couple weeks. So let's start with the sound quality. Why do I like these so much? It's because when it comes to the lows, the mids, and the highs, it does a great job balancing them. The bass is nice and punchy, it's tight, it's clean. The mids are super warm, super silky smooth, and you can hear great detail, and male vocals especially sound incredible. And then the highs are nice and clean as well. They're not overwhelming, but for me personally, it does fatigue my ears a little bit. So I went into the app where there's an equalizer and I adjusted it just a tiny bit. Now, the app isn't great, their equalizer isn't great, it's kind of funky, it's this weird style thing where you can't adjust the frequencies individually, but for my purposes, it did work okay. However, what makes these things really shine is their Soundstage. Now, these things cannot compare against headphones and open back headphones where the Soundstage is incredible, but compared to all wireless earbuds and many wired earbuds I've listened to, it actually has a slightly wider soundstage and it makes the music just sound a little bit more full. I would say that if most earbuds made the sound kind of sound like they're sitting right here, this one kind of makes it sound like they're sitting right here. So just a smidge wider, but it makes a huge difference. Also, their positional ability is incredible. So I was listening to these and I was watching a TV show and I heard something drop like back here in the back left of my head. And I've never heard wireless earbuds make that kind of positional audio before, to the degree where I actually turned my head because I thought that someone had dropped something behind me, when in reality it was a TV show. It was just incredible, it was surreal. If you guys think these things look sexy in my ear, please like and subscribe. But if you think I look ugly, please don't dislike the video. That would not be helpful at all. You could tell me how ugly I am in the comments though. The next reason why I love these things is because they're simple to use and they offer you all of the basic functionality that I think every wireless earbud should offer. What I appreciate is there's no swiping or tapping in different regions. You just tap, and with a few taps you can play, pause, fast forward, rewind, activate your assistant, activate audio transparency, and get this, you can control the volume. You can control it up, you can control it down, which you would think should be a given by this point for all wireless earbuds, because what is the point of having wireless earbuds if I need to be within arm's distance of my phone or my device so that I can control the audio? It just makes no sense to me, and yet big boys are still doing it. Like Apple and Sony. Oh, they just recently fixed theirs, didn't they? One premium feature these do not have is noise canceling, but I've used noise canceling earphones before, and to be honest guys, I think they're gimmicky. Especially compared to their headphone counterparts. They only block a couple of frequencies, and I don't know, I think it adds another level of complexity, another pattern of touching, more possibility for your earphones to error out or to bug up, and so I'm okay without it, but that's just me. The audio noise pass-through on this is excellent. When I took them out running, I was able to detect cars were coming well before they were in any kind of vicinity to hurt me. And you won't be able to hold full conversations while you're listening to music. They weren't designed that way, and neither was any earbud, because if they did tune it so that the mic was that loud, you would go deaf the moment like metal hit metal, because it would just shriek in your ear. I tried cooking with these, and those pops from cooking, that oil popping, it got ugly. So you make sure you turn those off if you plan on using the audio noise pass-through while you're trying to cook. The fit is always subjective, but for my ears, they fit extremely snug. I can really tighten and twist them in. The only downside is that the rubber tip is a little bit thin, and so when I do lock them in tight, sometimes it pulls off of the ear, and so there is a broken seal. And the thing is, I have giant ear holes, and so because of that, there is no larger rubber tip. And so I wish there was something thicker. Unfortunately, I've looked up like Comply foam tips and stuff like that, and they just don't fit into the case as well if you use those. But I haven't experimented much. Let me know if you guys have had any success, if you guys own these things. The last few things I love about this is the cool, unique fabric case. The magnet is fairly strong, although the case is made out of plastic and it can feel a little bit cheap. And then it charges with the USB-C port, and it gives you a charging indicator if you press this little button here for how the status of your headphones charging, and also for the case being charged when you do plug it into a USB-C. Now, as much as I love these things, there are some things that I cannot stand about these earphones, and the first is that these cannot be paired to multiple devices, which is shocking because of the price tag. You would think that something that costs $200 plus would be able to connect to multiple devices, but no. If you want to connect from your phone to your tablet or to your laptop or whatever it is, you have to take both out of the case, hold them for about 5 seconds, wait till they go into pairing mode, and then go into the Bluetooth menu of whatever device and then click it, and then you can pair. So really frustrating. If you switch between devices really quickly and you want earphones for that, that may be a deal breaker for you. The next thing I don't love about these is that the left bud is a slave to the right bud, basically meaning you cannot use the left one by itself. It always needs to be within this distance of the right in order for you to listen out of it. And the reason why that sucks is a couple fold. One is because I like listening to audio with only one bud in so I can hear my surroundings. And once the right bud ran out on my, for example, the Sony's, I would switch them and then I would keep switching them and I would never be without audio. The other reason why it kind of sucks, and this is kind of a unique, case scenario here, is that I could be listening to one bud and then hand the left one to my wife and we could watch a show together, but because these have like a distance limitation, if I'm gonna listen with my wife, I have to be like right next to her head so that the buds are within that distance before they cut off. And that distance isn't very far. Again, it's literally about like this far, so about a foot before it loses connection. Kind of sucks for people with big heads, huh? Yeah, I didn't really think about that. The next con is that the left and right earbuds don't have any kind of redundancy when it comes to controls, meaning the left one controls things like play and pause, whereas the right one controls things like audio transparency. So if you're ever listening without the left earbud on, you can never pause the music or pause your audio unless you take the whole thing out. It's just kind of annoying because I think like the Apple earphones, there is redundancy. You can play pause using either one. The next con may be a deal breaker for some of you guys out there, and it's that if you guys research these, you'll find that a lot of people have complained about quality control issues. Now for me personally, I haven't run into any issues. These things have been fantastic since day one. The only finicky moment I had was that the app wouldn't connect for some reason, and after 10 minutes it finally worked for some reason. I don't know why. But if that's something that concerns you, make sure you guys buy from someone like Amazon or some of these authorized dealers that have a good return policy, just in case you get a lemon. The downside of buying it from somewhere like Amazon though is that if you buy these things used, I've seen them go for like $120 to $150. So that's like 50% of the cost, because brand new they go for like $230 to $250. So you could save a ton of money. But if you do decide to go with the reseller route or the used route, make sure you guys are buying from an app that has a return policy as well. Things like Mercari or Let Go, where if you do get a lemon, you can return it in 1 or 2 days. Alright guys, that's gonna be it for the Sennheiser True Wireless Momentum earbuds. If you guys like what you saw today, like and subscribe, leave a comment, leave a shout out. I'll respond to all your comments below. And make sure you guys are subscribed because we're going to be doing that blind wireless earbud shootout. So make sure you guys are subscribed for that. Until next time guys, stay honest.